Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liam is not healed. Bill's error raises the stakes. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer thinks his brain tumor has disappeared. However, all indication points to Grace Buckingham, the nice doctor, continuing in her dishonest ex-husband's soap opera career. The infant daughter of Hope and Liam Spencer was stolen and subsequently sold by the notorious Dr. Reese Buckingham, Beth Spencer. As the viewer can see, Beth and her sister, Kelly Spencer, appeared at her father's bedside, suggesting a link to the Reese plot. Grace requested $1 million from Bill Spencer, who digitally transferred the funds to her. Viewers learnt of her unidentified financial need from Grace's phone conversations with an unidentified source, which is why she made the request. Hope and Liam's foolish and disastrous so-called baby moon to an island off the coast of California is one of the darker tales in recent history. They were stranded there when a storm hit, which allowed Reese to write into the show. Brady's character's addiction to gambling left him in debt to bookies. Therefore, he presented Hope and Liam with the body of a dead newborn and stated that Beth had died during childbirth. Beth was taken by Reese and sold to Taylor Hayes. Taylor trusted Reese because of their then-recent relationship and the narrative he told about Flo Fulton, a member of the Logan family, who allegedly was unable to maintain her child. Flo was never pregnant and was Reese's girlfriend. Bowden's character agreed to the lie, and went on to become Wyatt Spencer's fiancée. In addition, Flo was abruptly removed from the series a few years after that plot point, which is still strange because her character had a lot of room to develop. Naturally, the main character Brooke's alter ego was written out of the show last year. Obtaining Luna Nozawa's pardon was a sincere gesture of kindness. Because Luna played into his unstable upbringing, Bill developed a bond with Poppy Nozawa's daughter. Luna didn't have a wonderful upbringing. She did, however, use that as justification to carry out a number of violent crimes, including the kidnapping and planned murder of Steffy Forrester Finnegan, as well as the murder of 2 other persons. After gaining her freedom, Luna shot Liam and Sheila Carter Sharp. Sheila and Liam stepped in to stop Luna from killing Steffy during that altercation at Bill's beach house. Therefore, Grace's unexpected assertion that Liam's tumor may be removed through an experimental surgery was accepted by Bill out of a desperate desire to experience salvation. Naturally, Liam is overjoyed to think that he has defeated cancer. That result is confirmed to be accurate by apparent medical scans. However, he naturally has doubts about Dr. John Finnegan's medical knowledge. As Liam appears to recuperate from the positive shock of this apparently successful procedure, his thoughts will clear. As a number of elements come together this summer, the audience expects to see more daytime shoe dropping. One of them ought to provide a detailed account of what transpired during Liam's surgery in contrast to Grace's assertions. Dr. Finn reveals a sinister secret. A remarkable comeback was just made by Liam Spencer on The Bold and the Beautiful. He no longer has a tumor because of Grace Buckingham's multi-million-dollar surgery. Liam's recovery, however, makes no medical sense, and Dr. John Finnegan won't accept it without an explanation. Will Liam Spencer's cancer diagnosis and incredible recovery reveal a sinister truth to Dr. Finn? Here are some new spoilers for what will happen next on Bold and Beautiful. Dr. Finn is unable to pinpoint the reason behind Liam Spencer's operation and fresh lease on life, but something is definitely off. According to spoilers, Steffy Forrester's husband will start a thorough inquiry at the hospital. Finn will find out what Dr. Grace Buckingham is hiding because he is aware of it. Will he find anything so perverse that he wishes it remained hidden? The Spencer family may have been defrauded of $1 million by Dr. Buckingham. Is it possible that she tricked Liam Spencer into believing he was dying when in fact he wasn't in order to get $1 million from Bill Spencer? Someone who was never going to die can be miraculously cured. However, many find it difficult to accept that theory because Grace appeared to truly care about Liam's recuperation. However, according to spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Grace Buckingham might have been a pawn in Liam Spencer's devious scheme to wrest Steffy Forrester back from Dr. Finn. In order to force Steffy to leave her husband, would Liam really go so far as to fabricate cancer and pay Grace Buckingham to fabricate his test results and surgery? It appears to be working perfectly if that was Liam's plan. Do you believe that Liam's tumor was indeed saved by Grace? Or will Finn discover something suspicious at the medical facility? Sheila alters her name. Finn looks into it, and Steffi leaves town. Brooke entered the room at that moment. Eric explained to Brooke that he was attempting to convey to Ridge the value of grasping the moment. Eric pointed out that Italy was full with romance and passion, but Ridge reminded them it was a work vacation. He continued, "Things that the two of you understand very well," which caused Brooke to smile. As she continued to add to Eric's speech about the several wonderful, transformative experiences they had spent together in Italy, Brooke gazed at Ridge. Eric concurred and took advantage of the chance to restate everything. Ridge inquired as to whether his father believed he was exaggerating a bit. Eric chuckled and said, "No, the heart wants what the heart wants." He promised to leave Ridge and Brooke alone and see them on the aircraft. Eric said, "To a transformative trip," before heading out. When Brooke was by himself, he informed Ridge that Eric was correct. She cooed, "The heart wants what the heart wants." Picking up where Eric left off, Brooke assured Ridge that their reunion was inevitable. Since he and Taylor were engaged and planning to live together, he objected. Brooke made fun of the fact that they had no real foundation for their relationship. She claimed to love him, but she also reminded him that they had a misunderstanding. Brooke described the itinerary and activities they would engage in throughout their trip. "We'll focus on our strengths. We adore one another." What does that sound like? Does that sound magical? With optimism, Brooke inquired. Ridge denied that Brooke's suggestion that they eat supper in Italy would cause the enchantment to overcome them would come true. "You're unable to join me for dinner? When will you wake up and see that we are meant to be together?" Brooke inquired. "I apologize for your pain," Ridge replied plainly. Brooke said that nothing made sense and that she was in pain. "Why are we splitting up again?" she insisted. Taylor approached outside the door and started to listen. He may be engaged to Taylor, live with her, and have sex with her, but he will never love her as much as he loved Brooke. Taylor overheard Brooke tell Ridge, "You love me, Ridge, and you always will, no matter how much you try to reject it," she said. Brooke asked him to discuss it once again. "Nick would be happy to have supper with you if you don't want to, but if it were you, I would like it. You ought to be the one. And you know in your heart that it should be me," Brooke said to him. Taylor made fun of Nick at the Forrester mansion for having business in Naples at the same time as Brooke and Ridge were leaving for the city. Nick liked to think he was lucky most of the time. While in Italy, Taylor believed he could help them both. Taylor urged Nick to watch Brooke around her fiancé, explaining that Nick was aware of and involved in her lengthy relationship with Brooke. Taylor claimed that although she didn't want him to spy on Brooke, she knew she would target Ridge, and that having someone watch over her would be helpful. The trip is intended to be for business purposes. If it remains that way, it would be reassuring, Taylor continued. Nick replied he would give it some thought, but he wasn't sure if Taylor was being clever or malicious. Grace was nowhere to be located despite Finn's best efforts. Bridget entered his office as he was hanging up with admin and said she had also tried, but to no avail. Regarding Liam's unexpected miraculous operation and hospital discharge, they both sought explanations. They found it strange that Grace hadn't gotten back to them, and it turns out that she had someone else covering her rounds. Although Finn and Bridget were glad Liam would survive and acknowledged that it was a miracle, they were curious about how she managed it. He claimed he was unable to relinquish the confidentiality. The procedure was performed off-site by an unidentified physician. The risks were worthwhile, Bridget said. According to Bridget, they were certain that Bill wanted to save his son's life, and believed Grace had informed him that the surgery could take place the following day. She proposed that the facility could take them because Grace's colleague was only available that day. Finn felt that there were many unresolved questions, even if he understood what she was saying. Finn later pondered, "What really happened to you, Liam?" After looking over Liam's x-rays. While Liam was visiting Steffi at the Spencer mansion, the nurse checked on him. Sheila entered after the nurse had left, but when she noticed Steffi there, she offered to leave. Sheila was stopped by Steffi, who invited her inside. Sheila was informed by Steffi that she recalled everything, especially how she had protected her. Steffi said to her, "I just wanted to say thank you." When Steffi thanked her and inquired if everything was forgiven, Sheila was shocked. Steffi advised her to accept the victory. She noted that putting her out would have resolved all of Sheila and Luna's problems, but she decided to save her instead. And that's something I will always remember, she continued. Not wanting to be overly intrusive, Sheila informed Liam that she was happy he survived, and that she was thankful he had managed to pull the gun away from Luna. Although she was aware that no one would agree, she did admit that she felt sorry for her granddaughter. Before she left, Steffi inquired about the condition of her foot. Sheila showed them her bandaged foot and added, "They can't call me Sheila 9 Toes anymore because I'm Sheila 8 Toes now." Steffi and Liam looked appalled as Sheila burst out laughing. She said to them, "Oh, you must laugh." Showing them her remaining toes was the can't miss event of the season, according to Liam and Steffi after Sheila left. Steffi was told by Liam that what she said to Sheila was incredibly big of her. Steffi informed Liam that she had spoken with Finn and had been processing everything. She felt that taking Kelly and Hayes out of town for a while was a wonderful idea. Liam reasoned that she ought to do it if it would benefit her. Steffi sobbed as she expressed how much Liam meant to her, and that she didn't want to part from him. "Go ahead, I'll be all right. And we'll be able to move past all of this when you return," Liam urged. Brooke went to collect items in the design office. When Taylor entered, he inquired as to whether she was packing. She emphasized the term dinner, when she stated that she was there to have supper with Ridge before to their trip. Ridge was busy with their trip, Brooke informed her, and she hoped Taylor would be understanding if he couldn't be reached. "Are you aware that he is unavailable?" After entering, Taylor closed the door. Taylor became enraged and said, "I heard you earlier with Ridge doing what you do best, making a play for him." Brooke questioned Taylor about why she didn't come forward, so they could have resolved the issue. "It's resolved. I'm with Ridge. Furthermore, you cannot alter that in Italy or anywhere else. Ridge and I are not going to be separated by anything," Taylor firmly informed her.